Why is this important? Because once you start knowing who you are, Page 3, you got a picture of him. Show it to him. Page 3. First President of the United States, black man. Hold up so they can see you. That's John Hanson. Now read what it says.
Bronze by Richard E. Brooks. Given in 1903, located in the Senate connecting corridor.
In the Senate building, this nigga's picture is there, but they don't say why. They don't say he's the first president of the United States. And all of them was Moors. They don't say he's the first president of the United States. And all of them was Moors. They don't say he's the first president of the United States. And all of them was Moors.
For all the Negroes or black Moors are descendants of Cush, the son of Ham, who was the son of Noah. But whatever difference there is between the Negroes and the Tawny Moors, it is a fact that they are all of the same ancestry.
Very good. Okay, tell them who is writing that.
Leo Africanus.
Okay.
Here we go. Chinese.
China.
Russian.
Russia.
Italian.
Italy.
German.
Germany.
Swedish.
Sweden.
Korean.
Korea.
Egyptian.
Egypt.
Nigerian.
Nigeria.
Black. I hope you were able to successfully identify the issue. You were able to properly identify with all the groups that I called out in the countries that associates with them. But when I say black, everyone had to look at each other and try to figure out what you was going to respond to, or what countries or what nationality is associated with them. So I want everyone to understand that that is the underlying problem.
Through my diligent studies of the world religions and secret societies, there is no better teaching for the Asiatics in America than the divine wisdom of the Honorable Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in the Moorish Science Temple of America. I bear witness.
Hold on. Didn't the prophet say that this was going to happen? Didn't he say watch the news?
The teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali being the sure foundation stone for the redemption and salvation of Asiatics in America who have been misnomered Negro, Black, African American, colored, etc. These labels were created by slave owners and given to their slaves in 1779. Many today, in 2016, still identify with these labels. Words are very important and very powerful, and they have a very strong effect on the human conscious and subconscious mind. These labels were forced upon the Asiatics as a means to dehumanize them and to take away or weaken their identity, their power, their culture, their heritage, and much more. It is very important that you stop identifying with these labels.
Minority. That's what it means by law. I make it up. Go online, type in legal dictionary, type in the word minority, and then see it's an adult that thinks like a child. So you say you can't do this to me. I'm a minority. I'm a person. A person is a corporation. A minority is an adult that thinks like a child. And these are legal words. You can't do this to me. I'm black. That means you're dead. Legally. I'm a black minority. I'm a person that's a black minority. Either way you go, you're locking yourself into some stuff you don't need to be in. You gotta learn how to disassociate yourself from the words that you've grown accustomed to using to identify yourself.
Okay, so we're talking about 1400 AD. Okay, now read that entire page. It's very significant. First of all, tell them who the chapter is, the author of the chapter, and what the heading of the chapter is.
The heading is The Moors and Portugal's Global Expansion.
Okay, go ahead.
By Edward Scobie.
Right.
That ancestry to which Leo Africanus was referring is African. European scholars in the past 500 years have been deliberately dishonest in their writings about Africa. There are innumerable instances, much too numerous to catalog in this work, of this dishonesty. However, we cannot ignore the fact that certain Western scholars have claimed that the Moors belong to every other race except African. As a result, much confusion has been spread around the word Moor. This study is not intended to prolong the discussion about who the Moors were or who they were not. Scholars who are not blinded by the fog of racism are of one voice that most of the Moors were Africoid in origin.
Actually, in 1816, in 1816, the American Colonization Society is formed. The colony of Liberia is set up in Africa as a place where colonized blacks from America will be sent. The capital of Liberia is called Monrovia, after President Monroe. So this is, a pretty close connection. In January 1817, the first black convention in American history is held in Philadelphia, free blacks from all over the country, and they strongly oppose colonization. They are mobilized into action, and they say, we are not Africans, we are free Americans, we demand our rights as American citizens, we do not want to be sent out of this country. And in a sense, this is the beginning of the modern abolitionist movement, because what distinguishes abolitionists from many others is not just their hostility to slavery, but that they say black people must be recognized as Americans and given their rights as Americans.
Here we go. Chinese.
China.
Russian.
Russia.
Italian.
Italy.
German.
Germany.
Swedish.
Sweden.
Korean.
Korea.
Egyptian.
Egypt.
Nigerian.
Nigeria.
Black. I hope you were able to successfully identify the issue. You were able to properly identify with all the groups that I called out in the countries that associates with them. But when I said black, everyone had to look at each other and try to figure out what you was going to respond to, or what countries or what nationality is associated with them. So I want everyone to understand that that is the underlying problem.
But listen. He can get it to 75. Now listen. Why is this important? Because once you start knowing who you are, Page 3, you got a picture of him. Show it to him. Page 3. First President of the United States, black man. Hold up so they can see you. That's John Hanson. Now read what he says.
Bronze by Richard E. Brooks. Given in 1903, located in the Senate connecting corridor.
In the Senate building, this nigga's picture is there, but they don't say why. They don't say he's the first president of the United States. And all of them was Moors. They don't say he's the first president of the United States. And all of them was Moors. They don't say he's the first president of the United States. And all of them was Moors.
Even many of the marauding Arabs who crossed the desert sands of Arabia and swept down with their Islamic fervor on northern regions of Africa, then crossing the Sahara and moving further southward. miscegenation did alter the picture, producing people who were of all shades, from jet black to very near white. Dr. Chancellor Williams hits the nail on the head once and for all when he asks and answers the question. Now again, just who were the Moors? The answer is very easy. The original Moors, like the original Egyptians, were black Africans.
And now you have a whole bunch of grown people in grown bodies with the mentality of little boys and girls that keep calling this a democracy, and as soon as they say that, they lose their political birthright. As soon as you agree to that, without a challenge, you've given up your political birthright and you've agreed to a fraudulent jurisdiction. Now, so what that makes you is booty and prize to organized criminals who will tell you to your face that this is a democracy and you haven't challenged it. No different if they call you Negro, black, and colored and you didn't challenge it. It's assumed. If it's assumed and you don't object, it stands. Do you understand?
As amalgamations become more and more widespread, only the Berbers, Arabs, and coloreds in the Moroccan territories were called Moors, while the darkest and black-skinned Africans were called Blackamoors. Eventually, black was dropped from the Blackamoor. In North Africa and Morocco in particular, all Muslim Arabs, mixed breeds, and Berbers were readily regarded as Moors. The African blacks, having and even this name taken from them, must contend for recognition as Moors.
Read that sentence again.
The African blacks, having had even this name taken from them, must contend for recognition as Moors.
All right, thank you very much.
But once we find our nationality and serve that nationality, we'll do for ourselves what needs to be done.
Keep thinking it's games, you already know these beasts kill you on camera, leave you niggas dead in the streets. You're still handcuffed and bloody, but no 911 calls. Bystander effect in full effect, so watching with y'all, mind blowing. Watching my people holding up traffic of innocent people. My people need to get their ass kicked. Marching and picketing is most cowardice and punkified, while dead bodies just multiply. Sisters killed in their cell. You claim it's hell you raised and burned down your own community, not one police station. You love pork chops, but I see no police bacon. And when it comes to revolution, most of y'all are faking.
All ethnic groups in this country understand they got a nationality, because you answer to such stupid words like
Black lives don't matter, but you still claim black. Rather film someone get choked out but won't choke back. And the one that uploads first face charges trumped up. What you think will happen when President Trump's up? More killing and murders of stateless herds. Hoods are concentration camps now, ghettos are burbs. Gun stores short on ammo, they're melting down church bells. Black seek shelter in temples where God doesn't dwell. That's why a foreigner can walk in and shoot up your service. Praying to invisible gods give you the curses. You pray to relinquish, that's none of my business. I suggest you nationalize with the quickness. I suggest you study law, stop with the bitch shit. In your face I see them spray the pepperish liquid, then pouring white milk on your face. I thought that milk was the devil. Some weapons drown the noise level, poise you rebel.
because you answer to such stupid words like Negro and color and black. You have
The
no
point that I'm
nationality.
making, blacks are mistaken. Call them highwaymen, not cracker pigs or bacon. Taking your tax dollars and riot gear, they relaxing. Cause in a black status, don't even think about a class action. Don't even think about rights being respected without getting injected. I see you infected. Then the same ones that violate the laws you re-elected. Your vote matters more than black lives, feel disrespected. Control the Negroes, looks tested and perfected. That's why about being black I'm skeptic and left it. My people are tripping, walking with arms like panthers who got nowhere in the 60s, so that's not the answer. And black leader, race war instigator puppets teach kill those who killed us as justice. But have they ever killed? I think not. If they did, it's hearsay, nobody to show. Yellow envelope, money in escrow. Accounts overseas, not in democracies, live in hypocrisies. It's all de jure mockeries, bureaucracies, vampiric but most can't hear it. It's only the attitude, the regalia is